Hey everybody in the VC, it's Matt. I hope everybody's having a good day. I was watching some videos on here this morning that some recent videos that people posted and kind of got me in the mood to make another video. Problem is I don't really have anything to talk about in particular, which is a lot of you that watch my videos might say, well, that's never stopped him before, so I guess let's go ahead and do it. Reason I say that is that since the last video I've only got one record, well I guess technically two, but so I just got one record and I haven't gotten out or gotten much lately. Um, so but the one record, I'll go ahead and show that. And the reason, well, let's just start with the main thing. This came in the I pre-ordered this and I got it in the mail the other day. Sharon Jones and the Daptones' new album, Give the People What They Want, which is also the name of a Kinks album, if I'm remembering correctly, from '82 or so. Not the same song. So, yeah, and I got the colored vinyl version, which I will show you right now. Which is also, I'm glad that I pre-ordered because it sold out pretty quickly. Here we go. It's kind of a blue with some different shades of blue and white mixed in there, and they made 300 copies of that, so they went pretty quick. They also, you can get the regular black vinyl LP version is still available, and CD as well, but they also did a mono version of this, and they made 2,000 copies of that, and that looks to be, check their website yesterday, and it looks like that's already sold out too. So, and I was kind of surprised because her last album before this, or the album right before that, was, I've got it and I can't remember the name of it, and it's in the other room, but they put it out as regular vinyl and CD, but they also put out a limited edition box set of the whole album on 45s. It has it's like eight 45s in it, I believe, and I've shown that before on an old video, but it's got 6 or 8 45s, which is the entire album, and then there's a couple of extra just sort of demos or outtakes from, or alternate versions from a couple of the album songs. But that one, and that's like maybe 2-3 years ago, and that's still available on the Daptone website, but this one went pretty quick. So if you wanted it, I guess I'd have to go try to find it on eBay or something at this point. But so it's a pretty good album. Not great, but pretty good. I've listened to it maybe a couple of times, about 3 times I think, and I enjoy it. I like Sharon Jones. I like Daptone's a really great label. If you don't already know, they I think they do re-release some older music, but it's mainly new music. Sharon Jones is their kind of star attraction, and Charles Bradley would be right up there with her. The Budos Band is another. They do sort of a instrumental funk soul, but it's new bands making new music, but it sounds like soul music from kind of the 60s and 70s. I guess they call it new soul, NU soul, but it's good stuff. And so if you like the old soul music of the 60s and 70s and you haven't heard about the Daptone label, you probably want to go there, check them out. I've shown some of their 45s and other records in some of the past videos, but this one is not Sharon Jones' best, but it's pretty good. Of course, I'm gonna have to listen to it a few more times to fully get the feel for it, but I enjoy it, and so check it out if you want to. The other thing, which I thought was kind of cool, because I pre-ordered this in a couple of months ago, and so I got, I'm not going to read the letter or whatever, but I got this letter in the mail, you know, a month or so before I actually got the record, that just says, you know, receiving this letter because you're one of the first few hundred fans who pre-ordered the new album. Sincerely, thank you for your support, etc., etc., etc. And it's signed by Gabriel Roth and Neil Sugarman, and Neil Sugarman is in one of the bands, but I think those two guys are the guys that run or own or founded Daptone Records, so that was kind of neat. And when I said I've gotten 2 records, they sent this out with the letter, which is 45. People Don't Get What They Deserve on the A side, and Slow Down Love on the B side, both of which are on the regular album. So, but that's kind of cool to get a 45 with it. So I thought that's a neat thing, and check that out. Um, as far as new people or current people, I guess, making soul music that sounds like the old 60s and 70s stuff, I love the Daptone label, and I would highly recommend you check them out, and Sharon Jones and Charles Bradley and all that. My favorite in that regard is Raphael Sadiq, a Stone Rolling album from, I think this is 211. Yeah, 211. So this is probably my favorite album of the last 25, 30 years. So love this album, and even better than the Daptone stuff, really. But so if you love soul music, the classic soul stuff, run out and buy this right after you watch this video, or skip out on the video and run out and buy it. Here's his earlier record from a couple of years, 209, from a couple of years earlier. So 211, he's due for another album. I hope he makes one soon, because, and I've shown these before, but like I said, I don't really have much to talk about today, and I just felt like making a video, so I'm just sort of rambling away. But check out Raphael Sadiq, my favorite album, like I said, the last 25, 30 years, and maybe my second favorite, who I just discovered, and I talked about this lady a couple of videos ago, Lydia Lovelace. On the email updates from Bloodshot Records, I get those email updates. So they had a holiday sale over Christmas, and I clicked on just to see what was what about it, and I saw this, and I'd never heard of her, so I listened to some of the songs and just kind of fell in love with them. I think she's about 23. She has a new album coming out on February 18th, I believe it is, and I've already pre-ordered that, which would be her third LP, and she did and it's still in the car, but there's a little 5-song EP on compact disc that she released this past year that's really great. She's kind of country, and she's kind of rock and roll, which sounds like a Donnie Marie song, but nowhere near as horrible. Can't stand country music, but I love this, and she's kind of right in between there. It's I don't know if Joan Jett sang country, or if it's country with the Clash behind her. I mean, it doesn't really sound like the Clash, but I mean, it's more. This was a little more country. The EP is a little more rock and roll, even though there's some of both on both. It says her sound is very reminiscent of Lynn's soulful country, as well as nods to act like Patsy Cline, and an attitude that certainly takes more than his fair share from punk rock. So, limited edition LP, blah blah blah. Check it out. Go to her site and listen to some music. If you like country, I think you'll really like it. If you don't like country, which I don't at all, I think you might really like it. So I'm just touting it because it's a really good record, and might be my favorite of the year. I don't know. Well, this came out, actually, I think this came out in 2010 or 2011, but 2011. So, but really good record. Check it out. That's about all I got, except I'm trying to rebuild my solo Beatles collection on vinyl. What I didn't sell off, I've got some stuff that I kept, but I'm trying to fill in the holes of the stuff I sold off, and wish I hadn't have, because then I wouldn't have to go out, and, well, I don't have to, but I wouldn't be going out and buying stuff that I bought a long time ago. But I'm also trying to fill in things that I never got, and some of the later albums from the 80s and 90s and 2000s that I never got. And one thing with the Paul McCartney I've noticed is that his recent albums of the last, not recent, but the last 10, 15 years, if you can find them on vinyl, they were all limited edition things, I suppose, because they sell for ridiculous money, which is why I grabbed a copy of New on vinyl. I don't know if that's going to be limited edition, but I noticed that the Kisses on the Bottom on vinyl as a limited edition, so I went ahead and ordered a copy of that. Haven't got it yet. Uh, but some of the others, I noticed they're just going for silly money on Amazon and eBay, and I don't know that I want to spend that kind of money, because the other thing I'm thinking is he's going through and he's re-releasing his back catalog, which he's been doing for the last few years with Wings Over America and Ram and Band on the Run, with all the bonus tracks and all that, and in several editions like the CD and the bonus CD and then the vinyl version, the box set of Ram. So I'm thinking that some of those things like Chaos in the Backyard and Memory Almost Full and all that, eventually those will be up for re-release and they'll be on vinyl, and you can get them for, 20 bucks or whatever instead of 100 or 200 or whatever. And I noticed though that the vinyl version of Band on the Run that came out when it got re-released, what was that, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, those have already sold out and they're starting to creep back up, even though you can find a regular version pretty cheap. But anyway, so this is probably my favorite McCartney solo album since Tug of War, Electric Arguments by the Firemen. And I only have it on CD, and I was listening to it the other day, and I noticed, because I was looking through the little book that comes with it while I was listening, and on the back it says thefiremanmusic.com. So I thought, we'll see what that's about, and went to the site, and it had Buy the Album. So I got all excited because I went there and it had the CD version and the deluxe CD version, and then it had the vinyl version for 30 bucks, which, but it was a double album. It's a little pricey, but still, I had seen it other places for 75, 80, 150 bucks. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy that. So I clicked on order, and it went through some of the steps, and then it says, well, this is sold out. So it's kind of like, well, that sucks. I wish they would have just said it was sold out on the... Anyway. So, hope everybody has a good Sunday, and going to order some stuff and go to the record store hopefully in the next week or so. Been saying that, but I just haven't had time to get around there to get to Doc's and Record Town and pick up some records, but going to do that soon. Otherwise, we will talk to everybody soon, and have a good one. Thanks.